All right, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in, everybody. I'm going to wait a few minutes. Happy Friday to everybody, man. Come on in. Let's talk about it, man. Come on in, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is doing okay. We can connect it on YouTube as well as Twitter. How's everybody doing? What a week. What a week. What a week. What a week. USC started off doing very well this week, man. But unfortunately, man, we had some unfortunate things to happen with this fire, man. And look, all yesterday, I'm trying to make connections of different things to connect people and connect money and resources to just to get boots on the ground, man. So I kind of started doing some of that today. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. But come on in, everybody, man. Happy Friday to everybody. How's everybody doing, man? There is a very and I'm gonna open up the lines to everybody, man, so everybody can get opportunity to speak. I know there's a football game that comes on tonight, so I kind of wanted to get in here before that football game actually gets rolling. That way we have opportunity to hear from you guys, man. It's unfortunate, man. I know people that good classmate of mine, man, grew up with them, had to evacuate. And look, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's a depressing type of situation. Some of us are not directly connected to it. And we haven't, we didn't get, some didn't get burned out, but I'm telling you, just the fact that, some people that actually got burned out, it's an unfortunate situation. So, I'm doing my part to make sure, my resources that I got is going to be given to some people that are less fortunate. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's all over. It's Pasadena, it's Altadena, it's Palisades. I heard, even in Calabasas, it's everywhere, man. So, we want to keep that in mind. We don't want to, I'm gonna be honest. It was very hard to even, to really consider and start talking about football, just knowing some of the situations. I know, some people that, really lost everything. And these people are not millionaires. They don't have the money, the resources to build back up like that. And then to not have the insurance, man, my heart goes out. So, I'm cash apping people today, man. I'm doing all kinds of stuff just to, if I could just get them some hygiene products, some water or whatever, if I can even help with the hotel room, maybe half of it or whatever. I'm just trying to do my part, man. And so I want to do the same. I want you guys to do the same as well. And you guys know I came up here yesterday and I did a brief what did I do? I did a brief YouTube short saying that we were going to try to maybe do a GoFundMe. I'm not going to go the GoFundMe route, but what I will do is this. I'm going to direct everybody where to go as far as and I'm going to tell you guys to go to the Red Cross. You guys can go to different places, but there's some different places that are more impacted than others. And there are certain sites that you can go to that you can send your resources there, and that way you can help out. Because I have friends that are personal and I'm in personal contact with them, I'm able to give them money directly, cash app them or whatever. So, but anyway, man, how's everybody doing, man? We want to talk about USC. Does USC have enough to compete right now as it stands? Does this football team have what it takes right now to compete? When you look at all the roster moves that we made, I'm gonna hit the link in the chat. You guys can come on and we'll talk about it. You guys know I've done several videos on the transfer portal players, and you guys know that. Look, from what we got now, we got the two big time defensive tackles on the field that are getting ready to help us out. We got multiple guys right now, and one could argue that the defensive tackle spot right now is the position that has the most depth. Let me read some of these real quick. Hold on for 1 second. Big J, my uncle lost his home. Yeah, I'm hearing these stories all over the place, man. It's absolutely, it's insane. Lost his home, everything. My uncle lost everything. I just got back. Yeah, man. Hey, it's hard, bro. Like, I'm giving money to people today, man. And I'm just like, man. And I'm only one person, but I just think the community as a whole really needs to come together. And really, because I'm seeing some stuff, man, like people that really don't have a lot of money. And my heart goes out to them. But I'm going to answer some of these calls real quick, and we'll talk about it. This is a call-in show today, man. You guys can talk. You guys want to talk about that? We can talk about it. We could talk about it. We could pray. Matter of fact, I think I will pray. Yeah, Altadena. Yeah, no doubt, man. That Altadena was hit extremely hard, bro. Extremely hard. Let me answer this first call though. Aaron, how you doing?
Hey, good. USC, how you doing? Yeah. As far as fires and stuff, man, that stuff is that's just so sad to see, man. It's just like it's always in California with all that brush out there. Like, man, it's just not good. But on another note, I guess football. Kind of hard to talk about that with all those fires and stuff. But as far as competing, like it's kind of hard to even say that yet because I mean there's still the spring transfer portal
right
to come up. So you know how that is. You get a little showcase in the spring game. You got some dudes hitting you up. They got an open spot. You can go look at their spring game and then you can see all that. But just saying right now, if roster stays how it is, we have some good NIL retention. We go into how it is. Like me personally, I know a lot of people make a big deal about the offensive line. I don't want another right tackle. I want Tobias Raymond and I want Justin Tunao to play. I want Justin to be the swing tackle for both positions. I'm
wondering if he could play that right tackle position because didn't he play left tackle when Elijah Page got out?
He played left tackle, and I want to say earlier in the year when we played against Utah State, I'm fairly certain he was playing right tackle in that game too. Him and I think Kalolo Taaga was playing left. Either that or it was flipped. But this is offensive line. Now, granted, that was with John Stinson, where he did a lot of basically flip-flop stuff. He wants his best five out there, so we got to see how Zach wants it. But if I'm running the show, you got to think about it. We got three-year players on the offensive line.
Right.
You got Elijah, you got Justin, you got Elijah, you got Tobias, and you got Lonnie Noah. Like, we need to start seeing the high school dudes come in and plug and play.
Right,
now, when it comes to our center guard position, I can understand that because we really only got first going into their second year, and we got true freshmen coming in. So that's you need portal players there.
Right.
But I think it just starts there. I mean, to be honest, I liked what I saw, granted, against the backup defensive line at Texas A&M. I like what I saw in all of these, especially those three. We'll see how the two new dudes gel. And I would love for our talent that's currently here, that's second-year players, to just beat out the transfer dudes. It's kind of hard to because, the money.
Are you talking about the defensive tackle guys or the offensive tackle guys?
Offensive. So
yeah.
That we just got.
Yeah.
I would love Michael to take over.
Well, yeah, and I love Benuelos. I got love for his father. I think he's a good player. He's just been hampered by injuries the past couple of years. But I think he's looking solid though. I saw him on a picture. He looks real solid. But I think we have enough. And what Justin did, I think Justin, what he did, I think it warrants an opportunity to compete for a starting job, whether it's at right tackle or wherever. I know some people are plaguing Tobias Raymond there, but man, he just looked like a monster. Like he's a natural, man.
Yeah, I think him and Tobias, I think those are going to be the two compete because, you obviously want to be a tackle. That's more lucrative when you get to the NFL. So I think it's going to be up to those two to compete for that. And I'm not so I know, especially the guard that we got, I could see the center really taking over.
You talking about the kid from Syracuse,
yeah.
Reed?
Yeah, Reed has a lot of
I'm going to be honest, man. That kid right there, matter of fact, I did a video on him. I hadn't seen a center move just that aggressive. Like he's aggressive out the gate. Like as soon as he hikes the ball, man, that dude is like he's almost like he's headhunting.
Yeah, and for them, they were in a pass-happy kind of offense over there, so you can pass block. But it's just like whenever there that many starts, and plus he's not like the guard that we got either. Like he's been playing like power four ball. For a little bit, and he's on a good team. He knows how to win. Then there's something to that. You got to bring in winners. You can't just, we do need the body for sure. But I wouldn't mind. So whoever loses the right tackle position, I I'll be more than willing to offer them to go try out for the left guard spot as well.
Yeah,
because I mean, I would love to see Justin beside Elijah. Like I just feel like because he's kind of like a big brother over there to him. Like I would love to see them playing side by side. And then you got Alani, because with that guard tackle pool that we do, where everybody's meshing, you got to be real tight up there. You got to know exactly what everybody's doing. So
I like Justin a lot. So that new guard, the new guard from Purdue. So you think Justin may have an opportunity to actually try to beat him out?
If I'm the coaching staff, I'm giving it to him. Like I'm like, look, like even though we brought him in, like I can't imagine us dropping a real bag for him. Seeing kind of where he's coming from and stuff. Like you're gonna give him a pretty good NIL deal coming in, but I can't see it over because Justin, he might have been a 3-star, but like this was a true like left tackle kind of guy. Like you're not gonna want this guy to go somewhere else because this is the heir apparent to Elijah Page in my opinion because he actually plays left tackle. Yeah, like coming out of high school, played left tackle. That's who you want. Now, granted, he still has to grow and develop and actually do his part, but like this is the guy you want taking over for Elijah Page. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Elijah Page, he's probably 3 and done. His size, his production that he had the second half of the season. Granted, he did good against the especially Notre Dame. That's when you saw the most growth because you saw Michigan. You're like, I really hope he was just hurt in that game because he had like cramps or something happen and he had like a knee issue as well. As soon as that game was over, like you just saw him steadily getting better and better. So I think after this year, his size, you got dudes like Pat McAfee out there, like spreading out his name, getting him viral and stuff like that. I can see the NFL just being like, man, like especially with the tackle play in the NFL, like homeboy's going to get a first-round grade, or day 2. I mean, that's so much money. Yeah. So you want to make sure Justin's taken care of. Our wins will correlate to how this offensive line played, and then if Lincoln Riley runs the ball. Like
you're absolutely right, man. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, because I mean, like especially with that, like I honestly, seeing after year 1, I don't even think about the defense anymore, which is surprising. I know, especially with the influx of talent, the coaching that they're going to get, and just the scheme in general. Like we already cut off like 14 points of points allowed per game in the first year. Like and
it's only going to get better from there, man. With the personnel that we're bringing in. Yep.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are making, like especially wide receiver like numbers and stuff like that. To be honest, with the tight end numbers that we have, I want us dual tight end sets. I want us to literally don't pass the ball until somebody makes you do it. Like just run down their throat. Like with the 4 running backs we have, like fresh legs all day. Just keep running. That's what I want. And then Jaden Mayava, you got just bombs, dude. He's kind of more of a, after looking at all because I went back and rewatched all his stuff. He's getting to the point where he's getting a little bit more comfortable, where he's getting to that second and third read. Yeah. But his eyes and his feet aren't matching up always with that, so he got to work on that.
I don't know. To me, he looked totally different from the Notre Dame game, and I got to take these other calls, but he looked totally different from the Notre Dame game compared to the Texas A&M game. But I think if he comes out the gate, look what Penn State quarterback. Let me ask you this: do you think Penn State quarterback had a better game than Jaden Mayava against Notre Dame?
No, absolutely not. No,
to
be honest, he doesn't have the receivers that we have either. So he's about to get one. He's about to get Kyron Ware Hudson. He's about to get Kyron. That dude ain't got no separation for receivers. So
that
offense was doing the most with the least amount of wide receivers I've ever seen. So that was crazy. But yeah.
Well, I'm talking about that last throw that he had. That was a lost in the sauce throw. That was crazy.
He just throwing a prayer right there. That's all.
I don't know what he was doing. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But look, Aaron, I appreciate you, man.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going A+, 10+.
No doubt. Right. Well, look, I definitely appreciate you, man. I'm going to take some of these other calls coming in. But, hey, thank you for taking out the time to give us a call. I think he cut off. Christian, what's up, brother? Christian, you there?
Yes, sir. What's going on, my guy?
Man, what's the word? Hold on for 1 second. Mama K, nothing happened. I saw you rolling in that snow today on your YouTube, on your Instagram. Nothing happened. We just talking about basically, does USC have enough to compete based on the players that we had come in thus far? if it were to stay as stands. So that's it. Nothing happened though. Uh, Christian, what's the word?
What's going on, man? We in 9 inches of snow ourselves down here, so I'm just getting in from
Oh my God!
riding the
Look,
riding the forward.
oh man, you doing it like that, man?
Yeah, I don't become a country boy, man. When it comes to stuff like that. But
That's
I did want to say, man, definitely praying for our state, man, and that's home, so it's hard to see that. And I was gonna say as well, man, when you do pray, also pray for the heart of people that heart is softened to help out, and just for the heart of people, because even to find out that some people took advantage of it and looted people's house and arsonist started that last like,
well. I'm
man, we
gonna
just
tell
need
you
to
though,
pray.
hey, Christian, it's always. I don't know if you remember the '92 riots. You remember that?
Yep, yep.
Well, I grew up in the Crenshaw district, man. So I remember I was on Crenshaw and Slauson. We were to the Rouse and the Radio Shack right there on Crenshaw and Slauson, that little plaza, man, and everybody was looting. My mom, she had a nail shop. She had to go put black on her shop because they were looting in the neighborhood, man, during the Rodney King riots. And so, man, I mean, look, man, you know how it is in LA, man. They be rioting for
Yeah,
whether the Lakers win. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah,
yeah.
we gotta
So
definitely pray
pray for
for
the heart of the people,
pray
man.
for
That
the
is
heart of the
softened, that
people,
they help
man, and
out.
just
Yeah,
yeah, pray for the heart of the
yeah,
people, and then pray for man. There's some people, man. I got friends, man, that had to evacuate, man, and it's
yeah.
a situation.
I got
Yeah,
some family had to do the same thing.
yeah, and it's terrible, man. So a lot of people wanted me to put the GoFundMe up. I'm not gonna deal with it. I don't want to handle anybody's money, but I will say this: there's some designated areas that sites rather that everybody can go to and donate. I've been giving out money. I gave some money out today, and they have boots on the ground. They're buying hygiene products. They're buying necessities, everything that they need. Just I want you guys to imagine something real quick. Imagine just everything that you ever knew, everything that you had, just to be completely wiped out and just that's it. You got to start all over. Some people are more fortunate than others. They got a big bank account, but then you got some people that just they don't have anything to really start from. So so I gave out hundreds today. I say that, and that's I'm just trying to do my part, man. And I think if we all as a community, if we could just do our part, and just really just share what we have to others who are less fortunate right now, man. I think we could try to get somewhere, man. But right now it's going to be a long stretch. I've never seen fires like this on this level. I guess in 2012 it was one, but I don't know. This is widespread like this. This is different.
Yeah, and I seen today they arrested a couple arsonists who took advantage of the situation and started a couple of them, which is just
It's
crazy, man.
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. You
So
take a natural disaster and use it as a disadvantage, and you go out there and start more fires. It's just
yeah,
wild, man. Just for the heart of the people, man.
play for the heart of the people, man. So yeah, man, no doubt about it. And but look, man, I wanted to ask you this. What we're talking about today, we're talking about both. And all those who want to talk about the situation, man, you guys let me know if you guys got some more insight as to some sites or companies that we could partner up with. I'm working on something that's kind of big, and somebody might be on here. He's a big CEO of a company. And he's gonna let us know what he's doing and how they got boots on the ground. They got big time boots on the ground, and we might be able to give to them, and they'll be able to give. I think they're out of Santa Monica, but we'll talk about that once I get the call back. I'm kind of waiting on that call right now, but I want to talk about this. Do you think we have enough to compete based on the roster construction right now? Just if it were to stay as is, I know we're gonna have the transfer portal window. I know some people are still in the transfer portal, and we may get the safety from North Carolina State. We may get the cornerback Keontae Scott. He just committed to Houston of all places. That kind of shocked me today. I just saw that he committed to Houston, but there's still opportunity, of course, in the spring to get some players. But based on what it is now, what's your thoughts on the roster?
Basically, if this basically my what I'm saying is if the season started today, nothing changed. As you said, we have a roster to compete.
Right.
we have a, we have a roster to compete. Like I said last year in the portal, I felt the coaching staff had 100% effort, but failed in execution. This year, the effort went forward to get what we needed, uh, our trouble areas, and they've addressed it. And I'm pretty sure even more is going to become to even get more depth, possibly another linebacker. But if the season was to start today, I feel we are ready to compete. And the reason I say that is based off what we got coming back, our needs that's been addressed, and also I know a lot of people had issues with Riley this year and the offense, right? Yes, we can run it more, but I'm not worried about the offense for the simple fact if you look at the totality of the season, how many top five defenses we ran up against week in week out. Jay, we was playing a top five defense overall, or stop it and run, or in the past. We had the number two toughest schedule in the country this year, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you look at those teams we played, and you look at what Ohio State did against Nebraska, or what Georgia did against Notre Dame, we put the most points on every team we played that out of
And
any
see,
team in the country.
and
Out of
Christian, you know
any
what?
team in the country.
Christian, they don't want to see people don't want to keep it real, bro. And whether they like Ava or not, look at what he look. I feel like Ava had a much better game than what what's his name? Drew was it
Drew
Alex?
Allen. Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I mean, like into the last 3 minutes. Of course, the two pick sixes don't help out at all, but he had a phenomenal game. Hold on 1 second, Christian. John, what's up, my man, Casilla? What's up, Jay? Hey, thank you for the super chat. Is Ava coming or going? Look, I said it a couple times on this podcast that I talked to somebody close to Ava. They actually were with him, and they said they don't feel like he's going anywhere. I did announce that on the podcast. So I think we good.
And I don't know where he can be going. Miami got Carson Beck today, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So
yep. So we good. But I announced that a couple of weeks ago that I felt like, and I'm sure you heard me say it, Chris. I felt like he wasn't going anywhere based on what I was told. Christian, hold tight for a minute. I got a couple. You got a second?
Yep.
Okay, I got a couple people stacking up on me. I'm hold tight for just 1 second. Stefan.
What's the deal? USPJ? What's going on with you?
Man, what's the word, bro? How you doing?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just chilling, man. Trying to get some stuff done at the house. That's about it, man. But I feel like we got what we need as far as everybody. I think we need a couple more linebackers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as far as, and I think maybe like one or two offensive linemen. But other than that, I think we straight. I think we solid going into next year. This year. I think our defense, like everybody keeps saying, we're gonna be. If we had the offense last year, I think we would be in the national championship, man. We had the defense or whatever, and that's without what's our guy that was in the middle, a Bear, without who else we was missing? We was missing a couple people, but we still held it down.
Yeah,
but I just feel like our offense is. Jada, man, he kind of scared me, man. But I just hope he can really make these reads and really work on his game, and he be giving it up, man. We can't give up these interceptions like that. You know what I mean? So hopefully he can really just hone in and give with Riley and whoever else, the quarterback coach, and they get him right, man, and he could really get into his playbook or whatever. Because, like you said, I mean, we can run the ball. We're gonna be all right because we got a Lindell, I think, on our hands.
Yeah. And, Hey, he's a monster. Now, let me ask you this, because this is a whole nother conversation that and Chris, you can get in this too. And I got a couple more calls stacking up. But do we, that running back, man, out of Hutchins Community College, junior college? That dude is a beast. Like, you guys see the video I did? I don't know if you've seen it, the film that he had.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't no joke. What's your thoughts on
I've
that?
been watching him. I've been watching his clips and all that stuff. He's for real.
He's nice.
So what do you project the running back position?
I let them tag team. If you ask me, like how they did Reggie and Lindell, let them tag team. Let them wear that defensive line out. Wear them down. You know what I'm saying? And then we get it to the fourth quarter. I mean, we gotta let Jacoby Lane and them eat, and we gotta make sure that we give them Lemon the ball and make sure they eating it too. But do how Pete Carroll did. Because, they after a while, once we got into the third or fourth quarter, that D line, whoever we was going against, they was wore down. They had to go against Reggie and Lindell. So by that time, I hope that's what we do.
Yeah.
The
Do
thing
we
is,
have?
with him,
Let me ask you guys this: do we have? Well, go ahead, Christian. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this. The thing I project, especially with him coming straight in and all the eligibility and things that he have, I'm thinking our starter is going to be the kid we got from New Mexico and Jackson. Is going to be the 1-2 punch, that Thunder and Lightning.
Which one? Who you said?
The kid that we got from New Mexico and out there
Oh,
went to
okay.
Iowa State, then New Mexico. But a simple
Wow.
fact.
So you don't
What
even think the kid from junior college, he got the Heisman in the junior college. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do, but I just think that's gonna be the 1-2 punch. He he's kind of like a Jackson. He's a little bit faster, but he's not that burner. So I think they're gonna go with that 1-2 punch, and because that kid from New Mexico got track speed, like he's a 1 foot in the ground, and he can go as well,
Mm.
and he's done it on the D1 level. He did it at New Mexico, and I mean, yeah, he had great production at Iowa State for real, as well. And
Yeah,
I
I think
watched
he
his
had like
film.
400 some yards there when he was there, if I'm not mistaken.
And on limited carries, and he's averaging 6 to 7 yards, for his career. Like he's a especially in his zone read offense. He see the hole 1 foot, and he has track speed, so he's a threat to hit his head on the goalpost anytime he gets the ball. Like
Yeah,
Mm.
the way he eat up angles, like defenders think it's crazy. If you just watch it, the way he eat up angles so quick, like it's amazing. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the running back position, we're gonna be good anyway. Either way it go, we're gonna have depth as well. Um, because what's number 22 name? Peters, he's good too. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
this is the question I was going to ask you guys, and I gotta drop one off in a second because I got a million people. But do we? I mean, because look, we got a Marion Peterson. Let me use my fingers. So we got a Marion Peterson. We got Brian Jackson. We got the running back that just came in, Jordan. We got the running back from New Mexico. That's 4. Then we got 2 more. We got Riley Wormley, and then we got Harry Dalton coming in. So I mean,
Somebody gonna be left out.
you know how I felt when Darwin Barlow was here, man.
Right,
And
right.
I felt the same way about the receiver room. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just gonna say it, leave it like that. I
I
mean, you
think he
guys,
got the hint with the receivers though, because I really I don't see him add no more. Maybe like one more person, you know what I'm saying. But as far as let Lemon and Lane and them do their thing and let them grow as juniors
yeah.
and let them ball out. You know what I'm saying. Let them get their numbers or whatever. You know what I mean? Because right now, a lot of people I feel like too to kind of like. I feel like a lot of people on Coach Riley here because a lot of what the Notre Dame coach doing because they both came in at the same year. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
well,
And he
well,
got it.
well, think about this. Let me ask
He
you.
took over a different program.
That's not
He took over a
that's
program.
not even.
Yeah.
We talking about I ain't gonna say it like that, but we talking about inheriting a different level of talent, man. I mean,
And
you
so yeah, Brian Cal-
Are we that far off? Are we that
well, no,
far off
what,
from Notre?
what I'm saying is they did have more talent,
top
and
recruiting classes.
not only
Yeah.
that, if you remember just a couple years ago when we first started talking about this NIL stuff, I talked about the NIL constructions of different ones and how they had a 5-on-1-3C, how their thing was really built and really
Yeah,
established, whereas we still trying to figure it out. We still don't have a
right.
GM. Everybody else got a GM, so it's like
Okay, but who that fall on though? Who fault is that though?
that's not I don't know whose fault that
Is that administrative? Is that the administrators?
well, it might be. It might. I think it may be a little bit of everybody's. I don't want to pinpoint whose fault it is all the way,
Right.
but what I will say is this: it's no way. When you're talking about really being able to get the best of the best players, you got to have that NIL back in, and like it's like now we're starting to trying to turn the curve as it relates to that, identifying the fact that we need a GM. You feel me? So
Yeah.
And
so
not
I
only
don't know.
that, Jay, if you just look at the last 10 years or since of the programs, I mean Notre Dame had played in like what 1 or 2 national championships already, right? They got whooped by Alabama, and they've been in the top 10, throughout the last 10 years, a good chunk of the time. Brian Kelly, he inherited a great program already. Brian Kelly had everything set in place already. They were already having top 10 recruiting classes year after year. So what he inherited and what Riley inherited was two totally different things.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah, yeah.
yep,
I
yep.
mean, because Clay Helton, when he had it, he didn't know what he was doing, man. And I'm just being honest. He didn't go to the hoods like he was supposed to. He didn't recruit like he
But
should
but
have. Like he
but
should have.
but 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 he has some, because it used to drive me crazy. Like you had Marquis Step, um you had what's the other running back?
Number 7, I know who you're talking about.
You had Stephen Carr. You had
Oh
all
yeah,
these
they
Yeah,
running
came out of
backs.
Summit High School.
Yeah, I'm just like it used to drive me crazy. Like, why didn't we use Stephen Carr more?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
never could understand. So, like to your point, I don't think he knew how to utilize that talent. We had some talent. I mean, even when
We
guys like
did.
Drake Jackson came in, he came balling from Centennial. But I gotta answer some of these calls that far. But I appreciate
Oh
you,
yeah,
man. Let
most
me.
definitely, man. All right, man. Fight on.
All right, fight on, big dog. Hey, Five, what's the word?
What up, my guy? What's going on?
Man, how you doing?
Oh, good, man. Waiting for this playoff game to come on, man.
Yeah, I tried to come in before that because I didn't want to get lost in the shuffle, man. Yeah, what time to come on? Like an hour?
Yeah, like an hour. You know,
Yeah.
you know I'm up in Detroit, cold as ever, with this USC on right now, ready to get killed.
There you go.
But nah,
Hey,
I just wanted to tap in real quick. Hell yeah, we can compete.
yeah,
Straight up.
based
Now,
on I'm saying based on what we have right now.
yeah, and I'm saying, and based on what I seen last night, both of the teams that played last night, we had both of them. Simple.
Absolutely.
facts,
Where we at?
facts.
Hey, watch this. Where we at right now? We ain't got no general manager. We ain't got none of that. We trying to figure stuff out, but we had both of them teams last night.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy, bro? I'm listening to all these fans cry crocodile tears, bro. And they talk about our team, this, that. Like, can't you see the same game we watched last night? We played both of those teams and we ended with all of these teams. Why can't you see that? Why can't you point that out? You point out all the negative stuff, but you never point out the fact that we went toe to toe with these teams. Really should have beat both of them. But
Yeah,
so you telling me we years away, we don't have the talent and all that? I can't. It drives me crazy. I don't understand what these people are watching.
I
It's
ain't
like
gonna lie,
selective
man.
amnesia.
If they
And
put
what
us
they don't
back on the
realize,
field, go ahead.
and
If they if
what they don't
go ahead.
realize is we knew what our weakness going in the season, and it ventured out at the beginning. We lost Barry, we lost Gentry, we lost depth amongst the defensive line. I mean, our players did a great job in the offseason putting on weight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But so check this out. Next year they're gonna put on another 15 pounds apiece, and we got those big monsters coming in. So we're gonna
Yep.
be able to control the trenches on the defensive line. Expect next year to see teams not in second and four, you know what I'm saying, third and one all the time because we're gonna be able to we stopped the run this year. Next year we're gonna be able to shut down the run, which
Yeah.
means we're gonna be getting negative plays, get them in second and long, third and long, where it's a lot easier to play defense. We can take away their run completely, third and two, third and four, in downs like that, you can still pass a run, right? So as a defender, as a defensive coach, you got to call up the right play and hope to execute. But when they in third and 8, third and 10, the pass coming, right? So
For
it's gonna
sure.
make it a lot easier. So now that we got those trenches sold up, and if these players are anything what they look like at these other schools, with our great coaching staff, they should look better on defense. We're going to be able to get off the field. Expect not to see long drives and us hold up them to a field goal or a fourth down on our side. So expect our offense to have the ball more. Um, from what Riley showed in the Texas A&M game, people don't want to give him credit for. But even when the run wasn't working in the first quarter, he still made a conscious effort to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And
Now
that's how
watch,
we got back in
watch.
the game.
That's
And
that's what I
I
was gonna
think that's
touch
what
on.
we're going to see next year. I think he figured it out. I think he understands because we've seen a lot of two tight end sets. You know what I'm saying in that Texas A&M game, and we played smash mouth football with Jackson. We went away from that counter because Texas A&M was too fast, and when we tried to run the counter, their ends was running us down. We went away from it, and we just started running power straight ahead with Jackson, and Jackson was eating. So I think
Yeah.
Riley's figured it out going into next year. I think we're gonna run the ball a lot more
Okay.
than we did this year. Miami gonna have another year of experience. And like I said, I'm not
So
too concerned about the offense. for the simple fact, if you start at week 1, LSU, Michigan, Minnesota, like all these teams we played were in the top 5 defense. If it wasn't overall defense, they was in the top 5 of stopping the run, or Notre Dame, the number 1 team against the pass. So
Okay, okay, brother.
no matter what
Let
team
me
we
make my
played, we
point
played a
real
lot of
quick,
great
brother.
defense. Go ahead, go
Let me
ahead.
yeah, because you own the show, so you gonna be able to say
No,
everything. So
Go ahead, my bad, man.
no,
no, you good, you good. I feel the love and the fight on pride. We good. Watch this. Now look, this is what I'm saying. You give me the same roster we just had without our additions, right? Because I'm watching additions, but give me the same roster we just had, right? And give me the management play calling that Penn State and Notre Dame did last night, and we'll beat any team. Period.
hey,
Because listen, watch
that
this.
Penn State at the beginning, it was some good play calling, man.
Yeah,
Some
but watch
great
this.
play calling.
Like Riley Leonard, they not asking him to do much. Like, why we got to ask all our quarterbacks to go to hell and back, throw every pass and do all this special stuff? Riley Leonard just managed the game last night. Penn State
Well,
quarterback, he was just missing passes, throwing it at the back of the guy's knees. And like, what are we doing?
the only thing
So
I would say about that is Notre Dame was getting themselves in trouble because they had the Riley syndrome last night. Notre
yeah.
Dame would not commit to running the ball, so that's why they
So
got themselves in a lot of trouble.
now watch
Penn
this.
State committed.
If you watch the last few Notre Dame games, that's all. That's pretty much what they do. When it's time, it's Riley. Give it to him and let him run it up the gut. I just seen what I'm saying is, if you just switched our jerseys, I don't know why we couldn't do the same thing last night.
No,
Period.
we could. We definitely could have, man. Look, it's no excuse. We were in both of those games, and the way the schedule sets up next week. What's up, Phil? Hey, the way the game's set up next week. Hey, no excuses. It is out. If we don't get it done next, I'm not even gonna speak that into existence. But we will
Right.
get it done next year. We will get it done.
As long as we don't have crazy
Brian, what's up?
expectations. All our players got to do crazy stuff. We could just win easy. Ain't nobody. Ohio State ain't do nothing special with that roster.
Yep.
They ain't do nothing special.
Well. Hold on for a second. Hold on.
I mean, that last game.
Now we got to double back on that. We got to double back on that. They did something special with that roster. Let me. They got a bunch of receivers. They got two of the best. They got two of the best running backs.
Basically, when they played this year, they was right there with everybody, though.
No, I feel you, but I'm saying with their roster though, they got two. I mean, some Jack Sawyer, JT, whatever. They loaded, bro. Like,
they loaded on the D line. They got the best safety in the country.
Listen, they cheat and loaded for real. Like they cheat and loaded.
Well, I'm not even. You know what though? I'm not even gonna call it cheating. You know why? Because all we got to do is the same thing. Why can't we do it? We got an opportunity to get it like that. You know what? Boosters, administration, step your game up and let's get on that same level. That's all I'm saying.
For sure, you're right, brother. You're definitely right.
But it's all good, fam. But I get what you're saying. It's just that hey, we got it. But we right there to your point. We right there with the Notre Dames and all. Like what I saw last night. I don't see much separation from USC. Matter of fact, we're more athletic than those teams that played last night, especially at the receiver spot.
We could have made some special plays last night.
I'm telling you, we could have won 2 playoff games, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Anything that anybody get, all this discrediting us and all this stuff, I'm gonna start shooting them down, man. I'm gonna start aiming and I'm firing right at them from here on out.
You know what I just saying too? They said Notre Dame get to keep $20 million, man. We could have used
20
that.
million.
We could use
that because they're not in the conference, so they ain't got to split it because they ain't in no conference.
We could even use the split, man. We can use.
Come on. No doubt about it.
Come on, but I'm gonna let y'all continue, man. Fight on, man.
All right, fight on, Phil. Let me get to these others. All right, fight on. Ray, what's the word?
Man, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Hope you're doing good, brother. Hope you're doing great.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. What you got?
Man, I think we're going to be straight, though, man, next year. I don't think we needed to load up on the running backs as we did. Honestly, we didn't. I know Amir Peterson went down in that game, but is he severely injured or is it just like an ankle sprain or something?
I doubt it. It didn't look like a severe, something severe, but I'm worried about him though. But we'll see how. I'm not gonna speak nothing to existence. I want to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think Jackson did his thing. Okay, if you want to go get one running back, that's fine. Getting two when you already got two running backs coming in from recruits.
Yeah,
I think that's doing too much. He's loading up the running back room just like he did with the wide receivers. It's not necessary. I don't think he needs that. Like, we already lost 3 or 4 wide receivers. So I think we good where we at. I think the O-line gonna be good. I think the O-line is gonna be good this year, man.
yeah. Hey, real quick, Anthony. Hey, shout out my guy Anthony, man. He gave me this hat, man. Big shout out to him, Anthony Butler, right here. What's
Shout
good,
out,
bro?
man. Shout out to you, brother.
Big shout out.
Top one of those. Oh, I sent you a post on Twitter earlier today about it was an interview for All the Smoke. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. I know you responded back like, "Yo, I'll check it out." So it's pretty much like this dude who, he played basketball and everything. He from Compton, and he was talking about how a lot of these recruits.
Oh yeah, that was you that sent that to me. Yeah.
They gonna be starting to go to D2, going straight to the JCs. I think that's more smarter for them.
I think it's gonna be good. But here's the only thing I disagree about what he said.
Okay.
I personally don't think, like, if you got a Jakeem Stewart, he got a bag coming. There's no way he's going to junior college.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
So from that aspect, I didn't agree with it. I meant to text you that back and say I didn't agree with that part, but for the most part, I get what he's saying though. Like, it's changing the game, but I think it's gonna be different from high school players too, though, because like I think the coach is gonna be looking at junior college players now because they got 4 years. They got four years they could play. So now they're gonna just So if anything, I think it's gonna mess up high school.
Solid. So a lot of them coming out developed. I think I heard Deion Sanders say, now I wanted to see if you agree with this. I think he said something to the extent where if he knows he's recruiting maybe 10 to 12 high school recruits, right? They putting all their time into those guys, those main 10. And the rest of the guys, they going to get out the portal. He's expecting those 10 guys to come in from the high school rank to already, be impactful for the team. They need to be like either a starter or second string coming in, rotational. So I was kind of thinking like, dang, that would be smart if we, instead of us getting 20, 30 high school recruits, you get you 10 or 12 that you really want, them 10, 12 guys.
Yeah.
And the rest of them you fill out your roster through the transfer portal.
Yeah. It's gonna be a balance of some stuff, man. We'll see how it work out, but I think it got to be a balance. We just gonna get the best available talent.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that. However we want to slice it and dice it, we just gonna get the best available talent, man. I don't care who it is, what it is. Get the best player, man. Bottom line, if he's high school, hey, if he's junior high school, get the best player. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing, I think two things I'm really looking for. I think my offer gonna be straight this coming up season. I just want to see if Riley's gonna use those two-headed monsters on the running backs, like split up they run time. One guy gets 16, one guy get 14 runs, and then like the tight ends. I think we need to go back. We need to get back to really utilizing the tight end, especially since we lost some of the receivers and we going all out on Makai and Lane. So we need to get Joey, Lyons. They all need to be getting some reps. And then you got a 6'7", 6'9" tight end.
He's my favorite young guy. Well, I love all of them, but I'm just saying, Walter Matthews.
Yeah.
You guys know I had him on this show. He showed me some love. He came on here. We talked, and he's what he did in high school. Look, I did a video of him, his commitment video. He's windmill ducking like he's Dominique Wilkins or something. I said, man, what in the world?
I think he's the most athletic tight end we got.
Yeah.
That dude is a nightmare down in the red zone.
No doubt. I don't think people realize. What's up, Rick? I don't think people realize how he is, man. He's extremely talented. So look, man, I gotta take a bunch. These calls are stacking up on me, but
real fast before
no
he goes,
problem, man. Handle it.
real fast before you go, just about the tight end, it's gonna be determined by offensive line play. The tight ends was taken out this year because we had to lead the tight ends in to help the tackles block.
No,
So
no, you're
it's
right.
gonna,
Yeah, I feel that. You know, I'm glad. I'm
yeah,
glad some of those guys got out there and got some run time. But I mean, McCree is really good. But man, I just like the three-headed monster. Them young guys we got,
Yeah,
man. They
yeah.
got really. I think they got more potential than some of the vets that we have on there. You know what I'm saying?
That could be a discussion that we do, because sometimes they stay loyal to. Well, we'll talk about that. I'm not gonna get into that. But you know, I mean, that's kind of like how it's always been. But look, I've always said this, and I'm not saying nobody's not a good player. I'm just saying play the best players regardless of their
right.
status. You know,
Yeah.
whether they're senior or junior. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
All
I
right,
hear you.
fam. So
I
I'm gonna
gotta
take these
jump
other.
off, fellas.
All right, fam. Hey, fight on. Leon, what's up, big dog?
Hey,
What's
what's
good,
going on?
Leon?
Hey, Jay, you ain't wearing sunglasses. I said I ain't
Nah,
gonna
hey,
wear
you
them
know what? I thought about you. I said I don't want this dude trying to show me up today, man. He got.
either.
Hey, hold on. Hey, I got my Tom Fords though right next to me though, bro. I can Tom Ford you real quick. Yeah.
I just throw some chrome hearts for you, man. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, he doing it to me
Chill out.
again. No,
Chill out.
I got the Tom Fords, man. They straight.
Hell yes, sir.
But man, what you got, man?
Hey, listen, man. I'm sitting here looking at the depth chart, man. I think we look real good for next year.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the defensive line, and this year, Gavin Meyer, Nate Clifton, they did a great job coming in, forcing everything, but they're not Keyshawn Silver, they're not Jamal Jarrett's size, right? And them getting coached up with Henny, I don't think we're gonna see any drop off if they bring in, the starters, right? Whoever that
Right.
might be. And then how they like to keep everybody fresh and they bring in the second unit. That second unit is like a whole nother starting four. You know what I mean? We're not
Yeah.
gonna see no drop off there. Linebackers. I think we're gonna. I think these young boys, man, Stevens and Newbie, they bigger than Mason Cobb and they bigger than Easton Macarena Arnold. They faster. They got more range. They just lack the experience. You
Well, let
let
me
them.
real quick while you're on linebackers before you move forward. Um, we've been talking about the linebacker spot. We got three linebackers. We got we got Rajon Davis that left, of course, Easton Mascarenas Arnold and Mason Cobb. Now I agree with you. That those are three linebackers. I agree with you. What I like from Desmond Stevens, what he showed against Penn State, to me, you could have left him in there. I don't even know why you took him out. I mean, I don't understand. But he looks like a natural, 6'2", 6'3", 230 pounds. And the way he dropped back in coverage in that Penn State game, he showed us that he could do it. Now, is he plugging up the hole? I'm not sure. I didn't see the plug-in part yet. We'll see. But they didn't let him play all the way, though.
But that's experience, though, right? And that's
Yeah,
also not having the big people up front like you want. Now we got that. So
Yep.
now we'll probably see him be able to get in there and fill them gaps and make the tackles in the backfield. Like we want to see. And Newbie, you talking about Stevens 6'3", 230. Stevens is 6'2", 225. And he
Yep.
fed. You know what I'm saying? Track
Yep.
star. And then you got EG in there. You got Beavers. Can't forget about him.
No, Beavers is. I talked to you guys know his pops was on here. He's gonna be playing linebacker for good. So look, who knows? He may even start. You know what I mean? We don't know. And he's lifting weights. He's lifting for a linebacker spot now, because that's the position he feel like he's gonna play, is that linebacker. So that's a great point.
I love Beavers, man. I love his attitude. He go hard. You know what I mean? He always sticking his nose in there. He around the ball.
Yep.
I love Beavers, man.
No, that's real tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Louisville game. You know what I mean? When he came up there and made the fumble.
Yeah. No, that's fact. That's fact.
And real quick about the running back room, I don't think we have too many running backs. Listen, the young boy Wormley blew his knee out. He was hurt. So he's not, I don't know if he's really going to be ready.
So it's really like 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then we have Peterson, we have Jackson. I love those two. And I think Amarian Peterson has the better hands between the two. If you go back and watch the game, a couple of them times, he was making some beautiful catches, you know what I mean? He made the struggle a little bit on the pass blocking, but I love Peterson, man. He was running pretty good until he got hurt. But that's why we need to have more than 3 or 4 running backs. Because look, one game you could lose 2 running backs and then you're left with nothing in the backfield. Like when everything's going good, it may look like we have too many running backs, but you know, you go into a couple games, you get a couple nicks and people are out. Then what you gonna do? You know what I mean? We just gotta everybody want to stay. You know what I mean?
Yep. What you got to say about that, Christian?
I was just gonna say I agree with him. I was gonna bring that up about Warren's injury as well. Uh, but another thing I could say is if we're loading up on the running backs like this, everyone's been crying about Riley doesn't run the ball, doesn't run the ball. Just what Leon just said. You know, if there's an intention to change and play Big Ten football and to power ball, run too tight more and run the ball, you're gonna run a chance of risk that running backs go down, right? And so having that depth works. So I'm looking at this and I'm hoping that we see what we seen from Riley and Texas A&M, which was a commitment to stick with the run, even when it wasn't working, because then it finally started busting and cracking. So I'm hoping he's changing in his mindset, and that's the reason we're stacking up on these backs, just like Leon said, in case of injury. And
No,
Nick,
that's right.
Hey Jay, I just saw a stat. I wish I could go back and find. I got to look through my browser history, but somebody put up a stat about if USC was running the ball a certain amount of times on a drive and they scored versus when they didn't run the ball and they didn't score. So it's like I know somebody at USC's got to look at the analytics to see that, hey, if we run the ball consistently, we score a higher percentage of the time when we just out there trying to pass the ball. And then that also goes back to what Chris said. You know, you have Amarion Peterson, 225, 230, whatever he is, and you got B-Jack at 230, and you running them dudes. I'm telling you something. In the fourth quarter, don't nobody want to tackle them 2 big boys.
No, man.
Yo,
I love both of those. I've always loved both of those guys, man. And really, you guys probably heard me say this before. I never could understand why Marion Peterson didn't get the run thus far. You know, it kind of reminded me like of Darrell Barlow. Like he was good, but we just didn't see him for whatever reason. I don't know. But hopefully that Texas A&M game kind of opened up and paved the way for a guy like a Marion Peterson, man. So Leon, anything else, family?
Man, that's all I got today, man. Jay, man, just love what you're doing, brother, man. I was sitting over here. I just got finished work, and I got on Twitter and I saw you on. I said, "Oh, let me hurry up and go jump on, man."
Man, hey, you know, hey, look, man, when you guys come on, you guys help make the show. Look, otherwise I'll be sitting here talking to myself. You get what I'm saying? So,
Oh, hey, Jay, one more thing, man. I want to send my prayers out to everybody out there in LA, man, with the fires and stuff, man. Yo, we here, you know what I mean? Donate
yeah.
money, all that kind of stuff, man. So,
Absolutely. All those sites too. I don't know if you've seen designated sites set up. You could Google them or whatever. Like a lot of people are telling me to do the GoFundMe. I don't want to be collecting nobody's money because the only thing I'm gonna be doing is sending the money to the same places that you guys can send them to. So I've been sending money today just to people I know because I know personally I got classmates and stuff that I know that are actually they had to evacuate. And I sent money today, man. So look, man, pray for it. Look, this thing is catastrophic, man. It's bigger than what people realize. You got places like Altadena, Pasadena that are just completely just jacked up. Of course, Palisades as well. So yeah. So all right, family. I appreciate you, man. All right, fight on.
Fight on.
Phil, what's the word, man? My man.
Hey, how's it going, Big J?
Are those Ray-Bans you got on, Phil, or what?
Yeah, they're Ray-Ban Metas. Yep.
I know, man.
I'm smarter now because I finally got smart.
You got to. I'm gonna get those. Jaywalk told me about those.
They're good.
Phil on the boat.
Yeah,
you on your
the
boat.
It's Friday with Phil on a boat.
Phil, what you got, man?
Well, here's what I got for you. And first of all, let me start with I'm in Southern California. My wife Maria and I live in Orange County, and we're like, let's go to the water because it's probably going to be safer here.
Yeah.
Now we live in Orange County. Orange County is next to LA County, and so my heart and prayers go out to everybody that's been affected by these fires. But it's not over. These fires are not contained. They can spread. And I've seen a couple videos where people are actually throwing gasoline by the side of the road trying to make the fires bigger.
So crazy, man.
Another guy was arrested, and I won't go into, what he sounded like, what he looked like, or anything. But yeah, I mean, some people are targeting things, and what we need to do is all get together, and we need to pray, and we need to help our fellow human next to us and reach out like you've done. And I've done the same thing, reaching out in my own way to friends that I know who are out there.
Right, right.
And I just wanted to say all that before I get into the subject of why we're all here. And I'll move over to that subject. So what's the question that we're all trying to answer in this beautiful broadcast that you've got going on? I think that really we can't know what next season's going to look like, but we would sure will all like to know if we feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you can estimate whether you feel good about something is if you do an analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So I just finished 20 years of IT project management, and it's just running in my blood. So I thought I could go through 4 questions, and I could interview you just for a second and ask you those simple 4 questions, and we can get your thoughts. And at the end of it, if your answers are mostly good, then we feel mostly good. You ready to go?
All right. There we go. Let's go.
Okay. This is called a SWOT analysis. The term SWOT means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So first, broadly, think about the strengths that our team, such as it is now, with what we know about the portal, what we know about the players who stayed, and what we know about the coaching situation and the general manager situation. All of it, just broadly. How do you feel about strengths overall with this USC team going into next season?
I think the strengths now, just given the fact that the transfer portal took place and we were able to acquire some quality talent, I think when you look at particularly these big time defensive tackles, man, from Kentucky and these guys, I tell you, from Georgia, I think now the strength appears to be the defensive line. I think when you look across the board, you look at Cam Fountain, you look at Braylon Shelby, Anthony Lucas, like, who the heck want to look at them on the other side of the ball when you got all of those guys up there? So I would say right now the strength, I think we got several strengths, but I'm just pointing out one in particular. The strength is going to be probably, I would say, the defensive line. I would say the chemistry as well. That's a strength as well, because these guys, I think they all recognize each other as brothers. You know, they love each other. You see it. I see it on their Instagram posts. I see how they interact with one another. So I would say right now the defensive line, but I can't sleep on the receivers. I think we got more strength. Look, I think it's strength all across the board. You know, so but I would say the wide receivers, the defensive line. I like our cornerback talent. I like Harvey, what we got coming in for cornerback. I like Braylon Colley. I love some of the younger talent as well. Isaiah Rubin. I think we got players. Listen, USC is one of those things. Yeah, Ramsey as well. Lord knows I can't forget about him. But USC, when Lincoln Riley said this, and I'm going to let you get to your next question, because really you just asked a question that I could say a million things on. When Lincoln Riley said we're one play away, like, he really wasn't lying. And Notre Dame versus Penn State last night, that showed us that we really are not. We're really one play away, and it's just really neck and neck. So to answer your question, I think all the above.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry for the long answer.
No, but that's the whole thing. You gave a long answer because there are so many strengths that we have, and you didn't even get to coaching. You didn't even get to that new offensive or center that's coming in. That guy, man, just stop, drop, and roll if he's looking at you. You know, because you want to live. You just want to live. Don't look at me. Go get somebody else.
You see the video how he looks for somebody like he just want to just knock you out.
And he wasn't smiling in any of those scenes. He's just Okay, quickly, let's get to weaknesses, the opposite of strengths. So just on balance, what are the weaknesses that we see with this team?
Weaknesses. And it's nothing negative there, but weaknesses. When we look at it, I would say, I don't even want to call it a weakness, but we want to see how the offensive line is going to come together in jail, based on Emmanuel Pregnon getting out of there. So we just want to see, who plays what. Do we still play Justin Tyona If I say his name right, forgive me if I don't, but I want to see how the offensive line gels. So I would say somewhat. That's not. I don't like to use the word weakness, but I hate to use that word. But we just want to see how they will be. Now,
Well,
I will
okay.
say this as well. I will say this. I'm gonna say this. I got to be truthful about this.
Yep.
I just hope Coach Lincoln Riley can get out of his own way. Meaning nothing bad, but meaning run the ball, Coach. That's all we ask. Just all you got to do is just run the ball. I think if we're one play away and we were in all of these games, all we had to do, we didn't have to put Miller Moss in a situation where he had to throw it to Deuce Robinson and throw an interception. If we could have kept running the ball, we would be in it. So I'm gonna say the head honcho. That's what I'm gonna say above everything.
Okay, that's fair. On balance, do we think weaknesses are huge, or do we think weaknesses are just watchful? We need to be watchful of them. We're not like hanging it out. We're not just saying, "Oh, we're going to lose this season." Our weakness is that bad.
I think it's just a decision that needs to be made and be focused. I think if it's not broke, then don't fix it. I think if we're running the ball and we're consistent and we're averaging the yards, just like the guy was on here before, the analytics say, look, continue to run the ball. I think it's just a decision. Like I said, get out your own way. That's it. Okay. I don't think pretty much.
Okay. So sometimes there's a lot to be said for run the damn ball if it's working.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Run the ball.
Okay, we're halfway there. Okay, so we talked about strengths, we talked about weaknesses. Now let's talk about and really think about opportunities. In which areas on both sides of the line, and even with coaching, in which areas, and even with the general manager, remember, this guy is a huge recruiter, right? So what are the opportunities? What are the areas where USC is poised to really make a push and really, really improve opportunities?
I would say the chemistry between the receivers and the quarterback, meaning that Jaden Maiava will have an official year in the system where he's able to develop that chemistry. And then, of course, the player run practices that they do, I think he have a full year to go through the system completely, and we'll see better execution, everybody on the same page. That's the big one for me.
Same here. 100%. 100%. Any others?
As far as opportunities, let's see. I'm trying to think. You hold on for a second. I know you probably. Are you talking about? Okay, go ahead, Christian. Go ahead. General manager, yeah, but I'll get it. I'll talk about that in a second. But go ahead, Christian.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a great opportunity this year is with the defensive line we got coming in, the interior and the edge guys we got, is to see an increase in sacks and negative plays, tackles for losses.
Absolutely. That's 100%. Huge opportunity. Huge.
Absolutely.
Gosh, if that starts happening, that's a gigantic lift right there.
As to the opportunities for the general manager, yes. I believe if we select the right one, somebody that knows how to, conduct budgets, somebody that knows how to rightfully put a structure and system in place to where we're capitalizing on top talent, and then somebody that knows how to identify talent, somebody that knows how to break departments up, whether it's the transfer portal department, because each department is going to be different. When you're talking about high school recruiting, transfer portal, you got to have somebody that has the ability to do all of that. So if we hire the right guy and he's able to identify talent, I think USC is going to be in some incredible shape. That's a great opportunity. Yeah,
I think the opportunity for opportunities, it's endless. I mean, I really think we're like standing on a precipice. You know how you have to go up the hill to finally get to that place where now you're going to get it. Now you can see what's in front of you and it's about to happen. Okay, so we went through strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. This is the most important part. We're talking about threats. We're talking about areas where if SC doesn't perform just the right way, disaster could happen. Something bad. Things could backslide on us and we won't be successful. So what are those threats that you guys, since you're on, tell me what you think they are?
Well, I think what we just kind of talked about, we've been talking about this, whether it's starting from the boulevard whether it's from state out, all of that. I think if we don't get this right, we've been at a situation for now a few years where everybody else seemed to adapt to this
NIL.
environment. Yes, everybody seemed to adapt, and I think if we don't get it right this year, and then if our play doesn't get right on the field, no less than 9 games, I think that could be a bad deal. I just don't think. I don't want to speak nothing into existence, but I just think that if we don't, that situation wouldn't be good all across the board. And then we can see. Well, I just don't want to speak nothing. You know me. I'm a man of words. I believe life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I don't want to put anything negative out there in the atmosphere. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I believe that we change our reality by understanding what we want, learning about it, and then having the guts to see it through. And so anyway, as we look back.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh,
we hired. We got great opportunities though from a recruiter that we just landed a big time coach. I think we could. I couldn't think about all of it. I'm sitting there thinking as I'm going. But we hired a guy from Colorado State, man. You guys know Chad Savage. I did a video on him. But this guy is like a recruiter of recruiters in California. And high school coaches, from my understanding, they absolutely love him. So when you talk about opportunity, I really believe with all my heart that this guy is going to help us put a fence around Southern California. I think he's going to build the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's 100%. You nailed it. Okay, so looking back on all of it, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, how do you feel at the end of this about USC going into next season? This is the end. We want to hear your answer.
Man, I feel great, man. Honestly, I feel like when I looked at the game last night with Notre Dame and Penn State, it made me really feel like wow, like USC is really this close to being. And the pieces that we brought, I didn't feel like we had to just throw our whole roster away. I just think we needed a couple pieces to fill in, to give us a little push on the D line, a couple pieces, a little bit more chemistry with Jaden Alvin and the receivers, and as well as some adjustment with the play calling as it relates to the running. So I feel good. And I think, here's the thing, I think year 4 coming into the season, I think Lincoln Riley's very aware that he has to get this right this year, or else it could be something different. So I feel like with all those things, all those chips, everything on the line, I believe that this is going to be a success. And the way the schedule plays out, I believe that this is going to be a successful season for us. And that's not a homer pick. That's not a homer pick. Everybody said that's not a homer pick.
We were basically doing science on this. I mean, that's why I took it through the structure of the SWOT analysis. I really have to think that this recruiting guy is the cherry on top of it all. And to have somebody being able to be a wizard in that area takes a little pressure off other people so they can focus on their lanes, on the things that they do best. And I feel the same way. I think the sky's the limit next year. I really do.
Sky's the limit. We already got the coaches. We got the players. There's no excuses. We just got to execute. Coaches got to execute. Players got to execute. So, Phil, so look, I definitely appreciate that, man, putting your SWOT analysis on me, man. I definitely appreciate that. Tell Maria hello, man, and, hey, we're going to have to make this happen again.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, Phil, enjoy yourself on that boat, man.
Oh, will do. Fight on.
All right, fight on. All right, Christian, I've been on here an hour and 8 minutes. I can't believe that. I wasn't even expecting that. But, all right, man, so look, man, what else you have for us, man? How you like that SWOT analysis?
Oh yeah, I used to be in IT before I moved to HR, so I've used that before myself. Phil, real good guy, man, very intelligent.
No, Phil's an awesome guy, man. Him and his wife Maria, they're some excellent people, man. Absolutely love them too, man. They really they look out, and they've always supported the show. So Phil, shout out to you, my man, if you can hear this. So look, I'm out of here, man. I know that playoff game is getting ready to come on. We get ready to check out Ohio. I got Ohio State winning that game. I don't see Texas
winning.
I got them too. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't want no SEC team in there, especially
no. No. Who wins the whole thing though?
I got Ohio State, man.
Yeah, no doubt. So look, man. Hey, look, let's do this real quick. Me and you, man. I know you're a man of the cloth and all that, and let's do it together. I'm gonna say a word, and then you can say a word of prayer, man. We're just gonna pray for the city real quick, just for a few minutes before we get out of here, man. Is that good with you?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, Father, we thank you. You told us in everything to give thanks, God. So we thank you on this day. We thank you for the opportunity, God. You woke us up this morning. You gave us the breath of life, and for that alone, we tell you thank you. God, we ask that you just touch our city, God, touch our city of Southern California, and for everything that's going on in the city, God. You see the needs of your people. You see the hurt. You see the pain. You see the displacement. You see everything that's going on, God. You see the looting, oh God. So, Father, we ask that you just touch, oh God, settle everybody's mind, settle their hearts, settle their spirits. And we ask that you just move in a special way on our city, oh God. We ask that you touch even today, oh God, that people will just find necessary resources, hygiene products, oh God, and touch every single city, oh God. Touch Palisades, God. Touch Altadena. We ask that you move on Pasadena, God. Touch every city in Southern California that's suffering right now due to the current circumstances. We ask that you put a special covering on your people, Father. Let them turn to you, even in the midst of this situation, oh God. Let them come crying out to you that you are the way, Lord God, that you are the truth, and that you are the light. And we ask that you continue to bless them, continue to be with your people. In Jesus' name, go ahead, Christian.
Uh, Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. God, we just thank you for being a forgiving God. We thank you for being a gracious God. God, we just thank you for who you are. God, we come before you humbly. We ask that you touch the city of Los Angeles. God, we ask that you touch each person that's affected by it. God, while a lot of people lost things, there are a lot of people who lost family members. Someone lost a father, someone lost a mother. God, in this. God, you told us that um, when you ascended to heaven, you told the disciples that you'll never leave them comfortless, that we will have the Holy Spirit. Now I ask that you just comfort all these families in this situation and you will be with them and help them through this tough time. God, I ask that you touch the heart of the people, soften our hearts, God, even though some were not affected by it. Soften their hearts, God, that they're willing to help out, they're willing to donate, that they're willing to lend a helping hand. For we all are human, we all are your children, so we all are one body. God, I ask that you touch the minds and the heart of the government to come in and do what they're supposed to do and do it in an expeditious manner and give aid and help out these individuals. God, I ask that you be with the firefighters, the people that's out there every day fighting these fires and trying to put them out. God, give them protection, Lord. Watch over their lives as they're out there on our behalf, Lord, to keep us safe. God, I just ask that you touch the heart of people, Lord. Don't let people use this as a manner or a means of gains for themselves. God, soften our hearts, Lord. Let us give us compassion, the spirit of compassion. Touch the hearts of the people, God, and we thank you for it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen, man. So look, man, until later on, listen, everybody stay blessed, man. Fight on, fight on, fight on.
Fight on.